For this video, I have chosen the topic circles. The way we define circle is the collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. So what does this definition says is we need to have like a fixed point and we need to collect all the points surrounding it, the collection of all the points in a plane which are at a particular fixed distance from that fixed point. So let us say that this is a fixed point and let the fixed distance be like 2 units, we can assuming. So let this be the point which is at a distance 2 units from this fixed point. But we know that this is not the only point which is at a distance 2 units from this point. We can have like this point which is also at 2 units, and also this point which is like 2 units away from this point. And yes, we can have infinitely many points, something like this, which is also like 2 units away from our fixed point, and so on. So the collection of all these points is what we call as circle. But obviously we are talking about all the points which are in a particular plane, points in a plane, because as we know, we can have like a point in the space here which is at a distance 2 units from this fixed point, but we are restricting ourselves to all the points which are at this in a particular plane. But if we take all the points, like in the space, we have like a fixed point in the center, and we take all the points which are at like 2 units away from that, what will we get? Yes, you guessed it right, we will get a sphere. So for the circle, we will restrict ourselves for all the points in a particular plane. Another definition we have which says the same thing. So the word we use here is locus. Locus is the path of the point moving in a space. The path traced by a point moving in the space. For example, like if I have this point and it is moving like this. So if it was here, then here, then here, then here. And so the path traced by this is what we know as the locus of that point. So here we are saying the locus of a point, a particular point, moving in a plane at a fixed distance from a fixed point. So we have this fixed point and we have another point which is moving at this particular distance. So we know that this point cannot go here because then the distance will be changed. But it can go here because the distance is still that same distance, and it can go here, it can go here, but it cannot go here or here because the distance will change. So the path thus traced by it will be a circle also. So these two definitions which we use to define a circle, hope you have understood. So this fixed point has a special name. The fixed point that we have chosen is what we call as the center of the circle. This is the center of the circle, and the fixed distance is what we call as the radius of the circle, this fixed distance. So in this case 2 units is what we call as the radius of the circle. So hope this is clear for you. So as we have seen that the fixed point is known as center of the circle, and the fixed distance of every point from the center is known as the length is known as radius of the circle. We have other components of the circle too. If we draw a line segment, this line segment for example, which has both of its endpoint on the circle. So this line segment has 2 endpoints, this one, and both lie on the circle. So therefore this is known as chord. Another component is a part of the circumference of the circle, the boundary of the circle. So a small part is known as arc, and we can say that a circle is a whole arc. Alright. Another component we have, if this chord is passing through the center, such as this. So this is a chord having both of its endpoints on the circle and also passing through the center. It has a special name, namely diameter. And diameter is the longest chord. There is a specific relation between diameter and radius. We can see that a radius consists of a diameter consists of 2 radii. This one, and this one. So we can say the diameter equals 2 times this radius. here we have the region between two radii. Radii, plural of radius. So we do not say radiuses, we just say radii, plural. So the region between two radii and corresponding arc. By the word corresponding, I mean to say that the arc we are taking should have same endpoints as the endpoint of the radii taken. So the arc have these two endpoints, and these are also the endpoints of this radius and this radius. So the region between two radii and the corresponding arc is known as sector. But obviously this is not the only arc which is corresponding to these two radii, because this big arc also has these two endpoints. So this is also a corresponding arc. So if we take this big arc, so this is also a sector, but we name it as major sector, and this one is minor sector. So moving ahead, there are other regions also. So if we take a chord, just a random chord having both of its endpoints on the circle, and we take a corresponding arc like this one having the same endpoints as the chord. So the region between this chord and this arc is what we call as segment. But obviously this is not the unique arc corresponding to this chord. I can have this arc also which has the same endpoints. So if I take the bigger arc and the chord, the region between this is known as major segment, big segment, and this one is known as minor segment if you take the minor